Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Asian Psycho, and today I'm bringing you guys an unusual review. Normally I don't review sniper rifles, but seeing that lately I haven't been paying attention to my Road to Mastery playlist as much, I decided to go ahead and give this newly released sniper rifle its own review, and probably in the future I will start giving newly released sniper rifles their own reviews as well, so just keep that in mind. In any case, let's get started on the review on the very newest sniper rifle we've got that Nexon has dropped for a supply sale, or the preview sale anyway. It's called the SR25 Mark 11. So obviously this is a variant of the SR25 family, which is the lowest ranking semi-automatic two-shot sniper rifle, or in most cases anyway. So yeah, let's get started on the review. So as of now, it's on preview sale for 90 days and a permanent sale. You guys probably know that already, for 20% off. So I think it's around like 24k for perm right now. And as for statistics, compared to the original SR25, the damage is the same at 75. The portability has been increased by 3 up to 46. The rate of fire is increased by 15 points from 25 to 40, so that's a very huge increase in rate of fire. Accuracy has been increased from 95 to 98, and the recoil has been reduced from 60 down to 60 down to 58. The ammunition count is the same. It's basically got the same suppressor as you see on the SR25. If you guys didn't know, the SR25 does have an integrated suppressor, so if you guys didn't know that, well, now you do. And the SR25 Mark 11 is no different in that it also has an integrated suppressor. It sounds a little bit different, but overall you can just consider them the same firing noise, unless if you're a stickler for that. The scope is the same L96 zoom scope, the 4x zoom scope, so nothing really has changed in the utility of the SR25 Mark 11. And I think I already mentioned the ammo count. It's already 10 rounds out of 30, so you got plenty of ammo to spare, because obviously it's meant to be a spamming sniper rifle. So let's get into the more nitty-gritty performance-related issues of the SR25 Mark 11. Unfortunately, let me just say this first of all, Nexon, up till now, you have been pretty good about releasing really good weapons. Kind of botched it then this time around. SR25 Mark 11 is not very good. Let's just put it out there right now. I do not recommend buying it at all, and let me explain why. The SR25 Mark 11 over the SR25, statistically speaking, may seem very superior. The portability, the rate of fire, accuracy, and recoil all have received buffs. The only thing that hasn't been buffed is its damage. The damage still remains the same at a two-shot profile up to short or long range, and anything beyond that is you can predict it's going to be a 3-shot kill on medium vesters, and it's a very weak 2-shot kill on anyone who wears any sort of protection gear. Like, for example, I've seen assault vests tank 3 shots at middle range. So if you see someone with wearing an assault vest or heavy vest, tanker vest, whatever you want or you call it, be prepared to put a few rounds to them, because the SR25 Mark 11 unfortunately still shares the same very weak damage profile as the SR25. So that's one of its main cons about the SR25 Mark 11. We might as well list off all the cons that the SR25 Mark 11 has anyway. Another con that the Mark 11 has is the fact that its center speed is not very good either. This is basically the same kind of center speed profile as the SR25. In that, what I mean by the center speed is that the center speed is basically the time that it takes for your gun, the gun's recoil spread to return back to normal. Because this is a sniper rifle, you can't see the recoil spread at all. Because in combat arms sniper rifles, you just don't see their hipfire spread. It's there, but you don't see it. So this makes it trickier for me and for reviewers to analyze center speed, but it's pretty noticeable for the SR25 Mark 11. It's usually very noticeable for any fully automatic or any semi-automatic sniper rifle to begin with, but the Mark 11 is very easily noticeable. And what this means for you is that because it has a bad center speed, you can't fire it as fast as the gun statistic allows you to. At long range, and if you need to put very accurate shots onto your enemy, that means that you need to take it nice and slow. You can't just spam it at long range and hope and expect that all your bullets are going to land on target. That's just not how this gun works. The only suitable conditions that you can actually spam it and reasonably expect your bullets to land on your target is at middle range and nothing beyond that. And because of its slow center speed, when you do fire at very high rates of fire, like if you just hold down the trigger and just let that SR25 Mark 11 just blast away, not only does a recoil, even though it does have a reduction in recoil, it's still very similar to the original SR25. Your scope is going to bounce around everywhere, and even when it does bounce around, the where your gun fires, the bullet doesn't necessarily go where your scope aims, unless it's your first shot, or unless you're stopping from sprinting. Like in this gameplay, you'll see me run and then stop immediately and go down to crouch, and very often you'll see me die because my first shot didn't hit because of the center speed was still adjusting back to its perfect accuracy stance for the SR25 Mark 11. So center speed is very terrible. Let's just put it like that. However, that and the fact that it's got a very low damage rating are basically the two biggest cons about the SR25 Mark 11. I mean, this can be seen anyway in the SR25 and the SR25 Sandfire, but though I think the Sandfire has a stronger damage rating, so it's not as prevalent. But in any case, those are the two biggest cons that I can think of about the SR25 Mark 11. The pros about the SR25 Mark 11 is the fact that it's very portable. In fact, it's one of the lightest sniper rifles in the game, only trumped by, I think, some other ones. I think the M24A3 variants are very fast. The MSR, the M6A3 DMR, those guns are very fast indeed. So the SR25 Mark 11 in itself is a very fast gun. So for a sniper rifle anyway, it's got very good portability. Rate of fire as well is very, very fast, so you can spam this, and if need be, if you get caught out in the open in a close quarters gunfight, then God forbid, if you want to go ahead and just spam away, then you can. And because of its high rate of fire, you can be able to put off a lot of bullets downrange as quickly as possible. So overall, your CQC reliability of this gun is very much heightened over the original SR25, just because of the fact that it has 15 points higher rate of fire. So if you want to look at it that way, then that's a pro. Its accuracy has also been increased. I mean, generally speaking, semi-automatic sniper rifles have had traditionally very good accuracies to begin with, and the Mark 11 continues that tradition of having very high accuracy in exchange for not so great damage. Other than that, the SR25 Mark 11 is the handling characteristics. Also, I've mentioned before repeatedly with my last few new reviews on the most recent guns like Micro Uzi, Uzi Metal, stuff like that. The handling characteristics are very much so indeed unique. It just feels like a fresh gun, even though it's technically the same, like a variant of the SR25. It's kind of like the entire SR25 family is very weird, because the SR25, even though it's the original base gun, it's the only gun of its kind, I believe, to have its own, in a sense, it's got its own unique handling characteristics. Like the SR25 Sandfire, all the animations for it are different. I believe the M110 SASS has the same animations as the Sandfire, and the Mark 11 has its own unique animations, and the Navy Mark 11, I'm not too sure, because I've never seen gameplay of that, nor have I actually owned it at any point, so I can't really say it, I can't really talk about that for sure. But the SR25 Mark 11 does feel like a fresh new gun, even though I know that it's an SR25 variant. However, performance-wise, I'm gonna have to say it's basically the same as the SR25 Mark, the original SR25. So in that respect, I do not, as an overview. To summarize this review, I will not recommend this. Do not buy this. You might as well just go around. Run around with the original SR25, because let's face it, they perform the exact same. There's performance-wise, if you don't care about the feeling of a new gun, if you don't care about cosmetics, if you don't care about anything else except for how well your gun performs, then just use an SR25. Don't use a Mark 11. In all honesty, Nexon, I saw some people discuss this new sniper rifle in the lobby, and one of them said, "Oh, they should have made this for GP rare." And in all honesty, I kind of agree with that. I know that the SR25 Sandfire is already the GP rare variant for the SR25, but the Mark 11, there's no real performance buff in the SR25 Mark 11. If they really wanted to, all they could have done was reduce the center or increase the center speed a little bit and buff its damage by just a little bit, like up to 80 or something like that, and keep all other statistics the exact same, and I would give this gun a much better review. But as it is now, I mean, sure, portability might be nice, fire rate might be nice, accuracy might be nice, and recoil certainly is nice, but the damage is the most important aspect. It's the most important statistic. If you don't buff that, I mean, there's only so much, you can only make a gun so much better. So, there you go, guys. Unfortunately, the review for this new sniper rifle wasn't necessarily the best. In fact, I don't like it, and I don't advise anyone to go ahead and buy it, so just keep your NX for something else. And yeah, that'll be the end of this review, and I hope you guys have enjoyed, and you guys can expect some more SR25 Mark 11 gameplay from my channel, because I did buy it for perm, because hey, I mean, I might as well get a semi-automatic sniper rifle, and Mark 11 is there now. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Good shit,